Good morning. It is a cold, rainy, windy day here in North Carolina, and this week's episode is about how to use the denoising application in Lightroom. And next week's episode is going to be how I edit my photos after I denoise them. So come along and enjoy this adventure. So I am in Lightroom in the develop module under details, and I want to denoise the image I have here. So I have the image here that I want to denoise. So let me zoom in and show you what I want to happen. You see that there's a lot of grain right here. Now this spot here, I'm going to show you in my video next week how to remove the spot and how I edit this image here. But I want to take out some of this noise that's in the background here, and I want to take out some of this other stuff. It's just a little noisy and I want to take it out. So the first thing I need to do is apply a mask. So under the details, now I'm in the develop module in details, and I go down to mask. I hit down the Alt key on Windows, Control on a Mac, and I start moving that slider over. And I want to apply if you can see how it gets kind of dark there, I want to apply that mask where it gets dark here. So I'm applying it here, but I don't want to just slide it all the way over because I don't want to soften the whole image. I want to keep that sharpness in the bird itself. So I want to kind of keep that bird white. So, but I want it, if you can look there, you can see all the grain that's in this image here. And it's really a lot of grain here. So I'm going to move this to probably, not quite that high, 15. About 11 or 12, somewhere's in there. 12 I think is good. And that is going to apply that denoise to that mask here. Now that we have our mask set, the next thing we need to do is hit our denoise icon here. Now when you click that icon, it will create or open up a wizard that will help you make the denoising or to denoise your picture here. And depending on the speed of your computer will determine how fast it comes up here. Now, the first thing we want to do is select what is probably the most important part of the image. So clicking this magnifying glass at the bottom here, and then once you do that, you have like a target. So I'm going to select the eye of the bird, and I can always just grab onto this image here and just slide it around with my mouse here. So if you look here, when I click on that image, it shows me what it looked like before the denoise would be applied to it. And you can see the grain in that blue there. And when I select it, it's gone away here a little bit. I'm going to move that just a little bit. 17 might be too much. 16. You can see how when I select it, there's grain there and there's a lot less, almost no grain there. One thing again, you don't want to just slide it all the way over to the right and just have it degrain everything, because it will make your image so soft that you'll never be able to recover it back again. Now you notice that you have some buttons down here that you can select. In order to change these, you have to deselect the denoise, and then you have the raw details and the super resolution. This is something I found I don't like how this super resolution works here. This might be something that would be better down the road here, but for right now I don't like it. And then you have the raw details. If you select denoise, it automatically selects raw details. So if you're going to denoise, you can't get away from that. Now another button that you see here is create a stack. What this is going to do, it's going to create a second file. It's going to be a DNG file that's actually going to have the denoising applied to, so your original image isn't going to be altered. So if you do all this and you don't like it, you can simply delete the file that this wizard made, and you will be right back to where you started from. The other thing you want to look for is the estimated time. It says estimated 10 seconds. You can add another 50% to this. Now, with my other computer, this would take about 20 minutes. But with a good GPU, you don't have to have the best, use a good GPU, you will have probably 15 or 20 seconds here to do this. Now the only thing I have to do now is apply this enhancement. So once I click this button here, if you go over to the denoise here, you will see that it is spinning and telling you that's working. And when it stops spinning, you will have a second file and you will be able to continue editing. Okay, so denoising has finished. Now, if you look over here in the detail button, the denoise button is grayed out. You can't denoise the same file more than once. So if you go over here to our file, you'll see that now there's a 2 on it. If you select that, it says 1 or 2, and if you look right here, it tells you the name of the file here, and then the file that's been enhanced says enhance/rn.dng, and of course then we have the other file that's our original file. So at any time you can go back to your original file. So let's zoom in on the new enhanced file. Now we look at it, I am very happy with the way the Denoise has removed so much noise from the image. The one thing I'm not happy with is how much the bird has lost some detail. So let's try and recover some of that detail. Again, we're in the develop module in detail. If we go down to this sharpening down here, we can select the slider, hold the Alt key, and it will gray out our image here. And we can simply slide over our image here until we get the amount of sharpening we want. Again, you don't want to just ratchet it over to the left. You want to do this subtly. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to add some radius to this image here. Not a lot. And as a golden rule, I generally don't go beyond the amount of sharpening that I applied here. You can see there's a lot more detail in it. And again, we're going to add a little detail to this. And again, if your mask is not working for you, you can always select your mask and change that if you want to change it to something else, to more detail, less detail. And that's about as much sharpening we can do. If we go to the Y icon here, it will show us our new denoised image here, and you can see from this bird here, this is the image that was denoised, and this is the image I applied the sharpening to, and you can see how it has sharpened the image a lot here. So that's all you have to do to denoise your image. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to make it as simple and as easy as possible on how to use the denoising tool in Lightroom. I didn't want to get really into the weeds about how or why or what it does, just how to use it and to make it as simple as possible. So if you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because that really helps us in the YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Sean Leahy. I want to thank you for watching.